The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Block 11! Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
2nd and 5 now. Rivers into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
390. 54. We got it.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this...
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Rivers. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
Right there. 56. Alpha! Got nothing. White, 89.
Rivers to throw it. Going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. And a sack by one of the most consistent D linemen in the game, Gerald McCoy. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 11. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Cam fakes the give and keeps it. Caught here by Bell. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Let's go. 13 yards on the play. That's good for the Panthers. First down.
Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Throwing on 2nd down. Newton into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the sackmaster, Justin Houston, who comes up with it. And the return will stop right around the 25. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Following the interception here, Rivers. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
Caught left side by Hilton. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. And Lutz's kick is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 12, Newton. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he slides to avoid the hit. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Ready? Look at it. 56, right there, 56. Oh, you got deep? You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Fast! No. Me. Mike 50.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
so well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
On first down, they'll start out with Mack. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On second down, here's a run with Mack. Gets past one man, and they'll get him down up past the 15. 11 yards there, first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
On first down, it's Mack. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 22, Rivers off to Thomas on the left side. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Flush to his right. He's going to let this go end zone for Hilton. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Hey, bro, 80. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
They'll run it. It's Mack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Mike 54. Mike
To throw, Rivers. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Dancing to his left. He's going to look deep for more. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Le'Veon Bell hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Gano the extra point, and that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know, into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevon Seymour. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Check 56.
Check 31. Check 31.
Great.
On second down, it's Bell. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. So we're at halftime with our score 7-6 in a tough-fought first half. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This fielded at the 2. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards there and a first down. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56.
Newton on first down. Buying time to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Rashawn Gary able to record his 5th sack of the season. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick, and the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. So they set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
A run by Mack to start the drive. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
64, weak. Under 10.
They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And an alley to run. Powering his way forward. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And he is finally going to be brought down, but not before he gets it to the Panthers' 13. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. Now Sean Payton going to say, let's go for 2 on this one.
Squeeze, double.
Wait, 89!
They'll try to run it with Mack. And he is not going to make it to the goal line. So the defense holds, and this remains a 5-point game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is taken at his 4. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
49, check 49.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now he's forced out left. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Get ready.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5.
Greg.
From the gun, here's Newton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Here's Newton, and he finds a man. It's Olsen. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Newton to Olsen there for a Carolina first down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Out of the gun, Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. They'll go back to the ground with Bell. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. The All-Pro Justin Houston in on the tackle. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
Great, great.
56.
Express.
Check 56. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Throwing on third down, Newton. Throwing left side, it's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 16.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
56, right there, 56. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Get that ball. Get that ball. Switch.
Cam fakes the give and keeps it. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Here we go. We're going to set, ready?
Let's go. Switch.
On second down now, it's Bell, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
It's 3rd and 11.
We're going to set. Look at it. 20.
56.
Watch the run.
56 to
8.
check 56. Check right. Check.
Look at it.
To throw on third down, Newton. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rivers. Escaping the pressure right. Incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, Just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Rivers now. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. K1 short in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now, standing just outside his own goal line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. From the 36, Newton. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Newton. And this is caught. He hits Moore. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
The tackle made back at the 39-yard line.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
56, check 56. I got you. I got you.
They'll go again with Bell. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. And the 2015 first-round pick, Malcolm Brown, brings him down.
2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Ready? Katie?
Much 56.
Again, it's Bell. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. A gain there of 21 yards.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Now Bell. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. 2nd and goal, the lone man in the backfield, Le'Veon Bell.
He's coming, double up.
They'll give it to him up the middle, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. So it all comes down to the right foot of Graham Gano. He's hit on his one earlier attempt tonight, but this a little more pressure-packed for the win. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us, because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
So for Carolina, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season, and they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11.